Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing a drawing, a 3D drawing of the first letter of your name. So what is 3D? 3D is something that has 3 dimensions. Any object in the real world is mostly 3D. So for example, let's say I draw this square shape. This is 2D. And the reason why it's 2D is because, meaning 2 dimensions, is because I can only measure it 2 ways. One, the height, right? This is the height, and the width. So how tall something is and how wide something is. So let's say I wanted to make this a 2D square 3D. I would draw the same shape, the square shape, and now I want to make a 3D. You see what's happening? I'm basically giving my shape to be a form technically, but this is a 3D shape now. And the reason why is because you can measure it 3 ways. So the 2D, you can only measure it 2 ways, height and width, and that's it. This, I can measure height, I can measure width, but I can also measure how deep something is, so depth. So this is why things are called 3D, is because you can measure it 3 ways. Okay, so we're going to be doing the first letter of your name, 3D. So the way you make a 3D letter is pretty simple. Let's say I want to make a D. A D is really simple. You make a regular D, right? I'm making a regular D. Now, I'm just going to, you see, I did it again inside, and now it makes it thicker. And so this is a 3D shape. So for example, let's say I'm gonna do an M. You just do a regular M, and you sort of outline it. You see, I'm outlining it. But you have to erase the inside. You have to erase the first thing you started with. Okay, so now it's a 3D M or a W. Let's do an A. An A probably is a little harder. An A. So I'm going to do this. I'm gonna outline it. There you go. And then you just erase the A that you did in the first place. Now it's a 3DA, right? So I'm going to do, I'm going to show you one. I'm going to do a K. So I'm going to do a K. I'm going to do it big. You want to use your whole paper. Okay? So now I'm going to you don't want them too thin because we're going to draw stuff inside, which I'll get to in a minute. Okay, so I'm erasing the inside. This one looks a little too long. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think this could be thicker. Okay, so this is my K. I feel like it can go a little higher. Okay, I think that's much better. Okay. So now once you do your 3D shape, or your 3D letter, I mean, you're going to personalize it. So what I mean by that is that you're going to put things that are personally meaningful to you and unique to you specifically. The last assignments, a lot of you have been just copying exactly like my drawing. Like the cityscape looks exactly like mine, you know, like they're just looking too similar. So I want you guys to, you know, be very creative. Obviously, I'm showing you in the tutorial video how to do it, but you don't have to do it exactly like mine. You can change yours up. So that's why for this assignment, everyone's assignment should look completely different than everyone else, because everyone likes different things. And you know, everyone's unique, and also everyone has a different identity. Okay, so that means that everyone's assignment should look different. So for example, you're gonna fill this up with things that you like. That can be, you know, maybe you like your favorite food. Maybe it can be your favorite emoji. Maybe it's your favorite animal. Maybe you really like sports. Maybe you like a video game that I'm not aware of or something, you know. Things that kind of represent you, that may describe you, things that you want to let someone else know about you. What else? You can also do things that maybe are part of your, you know, family's history. Like maybe you come from a different country. Maybe there's certain things that, you know, you might have like in your history that someone else might not have. So for example, I'm gonna just do some. I'm gonna just randomly make this one up. I did my own, which I'm gonna show you in the end of the video, and I'm gonna explain it. But right now I'm just gonna make stuff up to show you. So let's say I love basketball, right? So I'm going to add a basketball somewhere here. So I'm gonna make a basketball. And one way you guys can, and I'll put this in the instruction box, one way you guys can look up, you can look up how to draw something. If you, let's say I want to learn how to draw a basketball, you can look up, does this look like a basketball? This might be, need to be a little higher. You can look up basketball clip art, which I'm going to put in the instruction box so you can look it up. And that will give you like an example on Google that's really, really easy to draw. So let's say I want to draw a butterfly, because I love butterflies. So I'm going to draw a butterfly. You know, and it can go a little out the page or off your letter. What else can I draw? Let's say I love ice cream. And I like ice cream, so I'm going to put an ice cream cone right here. I like my ice cream in a cone and not a cup. So I'm going to draw an ice cream cone. So there you go. I love ice cream, so that's what I'm writing there. Let's say I like flowers. Who doesn't like flowers, right? Let's say I have a favorite sports team or something, or like a jersey, right? Okay, so maybe there you go. Let's say I hope there's peace in the world, so I'm gonna draw a peace sign. Or maybe I'm a peaceful person, that's why I'm drawing this. You can draw your favorite emoji. I don't remember them. Anybody? Let me see. I think this is one, right? Like the one with the tongue out. Right, that's one. Let's say I like to read. Maybe this is a book. Okay, and you can write like the title of the book here, you know, I don't know, dogs. Oh, let's say you have an animal. Yeah, you can draw your favorite animal on here. I don't know. A lot of you are probably going to draw like the phone, right? So you can draw like your, you know, Android or iPhone. Maybe you want a little portrait in here, right? It doesn't have to be like a super intricate portrait, right? So that's you, right? That's a little iPhone. Let's say you like music. Let's just write a heart. You can also add some patterns and designs. So let's say, you know, I want to, you know, just add a little bit more kind of decorations. Not too crazy, because you have, the main things are like your objects and things that you're drawing that represent you. But you could add a little bit of patterns and designs on here. All right? So, like, you can draw whatever you want here. Your favorite bag of chips, anything that you like. You know, you can draw, like, you know, if you're from somewhere, you can draw the flag. All right, so you have to color this. You have to color inside everything, and then the background has to be colored, okay? So I would outline it. I wouldn't use a fat marker because it's going to be, like, if you're going to draw very little, it might be hard. I would just use a regular pen you have at home. So I'll show you mine, and I outlined it with pen, and I colored it in with colored pencil. So I would outline with a pen and then just trace everything with a pen, and then just use your colored pencils or crayons. You know, if you have markers, use markers. But you just use whatever you have. And then the background also has to be colored. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you should have anywhere between like maybe like 8 to like 12 things that represent you, right? So these are the things that represent you, symbols or things you like. So 8 to 12. You can have a little bit more. I don't want you to have less than 8, okay? I'm going to show you mine. This one's mine. Okay, so my first name is Carolina, so that's why I wrote a C. And I did put some designs, these little kind of like, I like these little drips. So I put these little drips. And so I'm going to go over mine a little bit. So I like plants, so I put these little plants right here. I'm from Peru, and we wear this certain hat. That's why I drew this little hat right here. I like eyeballs, so I drew a lot of different eyeballs. I put them more than once. But that's more like a pattern. That's not really supposed to kind of represent, you know me. I love art, as you guys know, so I put this little palette with the brushes. I love cats. I only drew one cat, even though I have 2 cats, and I love black cats. I love donuts, right? Who doesn't love donuts? And then I put crystals. I like crystals. I probably shouldn't have made the sea purple. I feel like it takes away. I probably should have made it a different color. But whatever. Mountains. I'm from Peru, and I come from a place that has a lot of mountains. There's no mountains here in Miami, but okay. And then I did something in the background. Don't do my background. I did like a little scenery, right? Like the water. Like I love the beach, and like, you know, sitting there with the sun and water. But yours doesn't have to look like mine. So this one represents me, right? No one's artwork should look like this one, because I don't know any one of you guys who are from Peru. You know, I know a lot of you probably love donuts. So, you know, you can do some of these, obviously. You know, I'm sure a lot of you love cats. Okay, so that's it. This has to be colored. You have to do 8 to 12 different things, and you can add some little patterns. Color it, outline it, color it, and then you have to do a background, and your letter has to be a 3D letter of your first name. So remember, we're doing a 3D letter, and you are personalizing it by drawing things that are meaningful to you, that are unique to you, the things that you like, things that excite you, things that represent you. All right, I'm gonna share this in Spanish right now. So this is done for the English part. I'm gonna try to do it in Spanish. My Spanish is not that good. Okay, so vamos a hacer una letra que es 3D, 3 dimensionales de tu primer nombre. Entonces, la mía es una C, mi primer nombre es Carolina. Entonces, como los niños hacen así y después lo trace y después borra esta parte de adentro y ahora puede tener una letra de S 3 dimensionales. Y ahora después, todas estas cosas que dibujé, ese es mi ejemplo, mi nombre es Carolina. Y yo poní cosas que me gustan. Entonces cada niño su tarea de arte debe ver diferente, porque cada niño y niña le gusta diferentes cosas. Entonces aquí soy una mariposa, el iPhone, me gusta helados, un jersey, me gusta las flores, me gusta leer, mi emoji, un basquetbol, me gusta la música. Entonces los niños están dibujando las cosas que le gustan, que le representa, que quieren, como su identidad. Aquí es la mía. Yo soy de Perú, me gustan montañas, me gustan los cristales, me gusta comer donuts, me encantan los gatos, me gusta arte. Yo soy de Perú, así usamos este gorrito que usamos allá. Me gustan las plantas. Tienen que colorear todo. Yo recomiendo usar un lapicero y outline, no sé cómo es, como trace, y después usa cualquier colores para colorear adentro, y tiene que ser un background también, pero no tiene que verse como mío, que los niños no me copien. Esto debe ser personalizada cada uno, porque cada niño es diferente. Entonces tiene que ser la primera letra de su nombre y poner 8 a 12 cosas que representa, que le gusta. Y también puede ser un poquito de diseños. Aquí yo ponía un poquito de diseños. Pero tienes que dibujar 8 a 12 cosas que le representa al niño. Y tiene que colorear todo. La letra, las cositas y atrás. ¿Ok? Y no tiene que verse como mío. Ok, eso es todo. Gracias.